Fishing for Sanity here, Pinnacle Reef Shark Fishing. I just got in the mail my package from J&H with my brand new fully sealed Tsunami Saltx 4000 spinning reel. So I just wanted to give you guys my initial thoughts about this reel. It's been a long time. I pre-ordered it back in September, end of September I believe. There was a couple different hold-ups, so it took forever to get here. I'm super stoked to finally have it. It's fresh out of the box. I like that it comes with a cool little case. We fly to and from Florida and all over, so this case is nice just to protect it. It's kind of nice. It's not cheap. The reel, I think it's gorgeous. Aesthetically, it's very beautiful. It kind of looks like a Van Staal. One thing that I'm super stoked about this reel is that it's ambidextrous. As you see, I already swapped the handle to the right side. That's why I don't own a Staal or a Z-Bass, because they're only left-hand retrieve only. So in order to switch that over, it did come with a little tool, which made it super easy. It fits right on that side plate. You take that off, and then there's a little converter piece you have to take off and put it on whatever side you want to put the crank arm on. The weight of the reel, it's a little bit heavier than I was imagining. Like Ellie's Evict over here, it's heavier than that, but it's not much heavier. It feels sturdier and better, you know, but it's not much heavier. I'm not complaining because I already stuck it on the Saltx rod, and surprisingly, it just feels so perfectly balanced and light when it's on this rod. I'm flicking it with like one wrist. So I'm super stoked to get that out. I'll be using that, you know, for bluefish, tall, fluke, stripers, smaller stripers, whatever. I can't wait to get out there and use that. It's got a manual bail trip. That's nice, super smooth. And it's not as smooth as something like a Daiwa, you know, with the liquid smoothness. Because it's a fully sealed reel, so being a fully sealed reel, it has every little spot is sealed that water could possibly get into, so it takes away from the smoothness, but it's still pretty smooth. I like the way it feels. There's a tiny bit of play in the handle, but there is in most reels, you know, except for super high-end reels, I guess. I like the EVA knob. It's coated with some kind of little tacky rubber, so it's super non-slip. Upon first glance at the spool, my initial thoughts were that it was a little bit shallow, but I read the specs on the box and it claims that it holds 270 yards of 30-pound braid. So I got my 30-pound Bull Buster here. You know, I spool everything up with Bull Buster. Big shouts to them. And 270 yards is perfect, you know. The clicker, she sounds good, but Ellie already made fun of it and said that it sounds like a kid's bike. Bring, bring. She's right about that. What's different about this reel than some of my other reels is it doesn't take much turn of the drag knob to engage the drag. Like some of them you got to crank it a couple times, but this one just a half turn and it tightens down pretty quickly. It comes with a kit to make it a bailless reel, but I'm probably not going to use that. Alright, she retails at $349. That's pretty much like less than half the price of other fully sealed reels on the market, like Van Staals and Z-Bass. So the only downside of that I can see is, you know, Tsunami is relatively new company with their high-end reels, so we don't know if they can stand the test yet, so that's just gonna have to come over time. I'll do a follow-up video, you know, later in the season to see how she's holding up, but I'm confident she's gonna do all right. Ellie's gonna go over the specifications on the outer packaging of the reel. All right, guys, in closing, I would say overall I'm pleased with the reel. I am actually fully stoked. And one more thing to note before I go. It comes with a registration card that you mail this along with proof of purchase back to Tsunami for a 1-year warranty, which is okay. I mean, it could be for $350. I think it should be a 5-year warranty, but we'll see how it goes. And expect a follow-up video later in the season to see how she holds up. You.
Alright guys, here's the specs. She's weighing in at 14.5 ounces, 50-pound max drag, got 7 sealed bearings, and 14 internal seals. Line capacity, if you're wanting to put 15-pound on there, it's 400 yards, 20-pound is 330, and 30 pounds is 270 yards.
Alright, and check out these tangle-free sick guides, dude. It reminds me of like St. Croix Mojo or something like that. These are quality guides on this Saltx rod, so you.